You guys are supposed to sit down. Well, then you'll have to sit somewhere else. All right, Mrs. Podeschi, I sit on you.
Should we just sit by your group? Sit by your group. Over here. Oh yeah. No, I'm next to him.
Okay. Probably.
Okay, I'm telling. And Mr. Funk.
Boys and girls, we are live now. Our parents can hear us. Our parents can watch us.
Whoa.
Sit with your group on the floor.
And Mr. Funk, I have a quick question. Aditya is changing.
No, no tattling. No changing the plan. No changing the plan. All right. So we're going to wait about 5 minutes because that's when we told the parents that this would start. I'm looking for a little video I wanted to show you. I just can't remember where I saved it. Oh, I know.
And it's going to start in 2018 in March. When I'm May, and that's
Mr. Funk, you said you're not starting right away.
No, we're going to wait about 5 minutes because that's when I told the moms and dads that we would start. Just trying to find. Here we go.
The idea today is erosion and how water has the power to shape our land. But we don't want the water to shape our land. Use those plants for food, and animals use those plants for food. So what you see in front of me are 3 different types of land. This first type
is just bare soil. It's just soil. This next type has dead leaves on top, and the third type has plants growing in the soil. This may not look too exciting right now, but when it rains, that water has the power to change the land, and we're going to make it rain to see what that water is going to do to our land. So we cut the top off of 3 plastic bottles, and we put the same soil in each of those 3 bottles. All of these bottles have the same soil. We covered this soil with dead leaves, and we grew some plants in this bottle. We've also used other plastic bottles to catch the water that's going to come out of these when we pour it into the bottle. We want to pour water into each bottle and see what happens. Does that water have the power to change the land? What do you think is going to happen when we pour water into this bottle and it comes out into the cup? Will it be any different from the water we pour into this bottle as it comes into the cup? And will this one be any different when we pour water into this bottle and it comes out into this cup? So I'm going to slowly pour water in. You're going to see the water level rise, and we'll see what happens with our soil. We'll keep it coming. And now it's coming out. Take a look at the bottle we used to catch the water. What do you notice? Well, it's cloudy. So why is it cloudy? That's because all the dirt and the soil from our bottle was washed into the cup. The water had the power to actually take the dirt and the soil with it out of the bottle and into the cup. The water moved the soil. It shaped the soil. So now I'm going to pour about the same amount of water into the next bottle. What do you think is going to happen? The water that we catch, will it be just as dirty? Will it be less dirty? Will we even be able to see a difference? Well, let's pour the water and find out. Here we go. So I'm pouring the water in. Making it rain. Adding water to our bottle. I can see the leaves floating to the top. Do we have any overflow? Yes, we do. Stop the rain and see what we have. So we've zoomed in so you can compare the two. This one has a lot of the soil in the container. This one just has a little bit of the particles, a little bit of the soil in that water. So why do you think this container is a little bit cleaner? Well, what's different between the two? Well, this one had leaves, dead leaves on top. And I think most of these dead leaves helped protect the soil underneath from moving with the water. So what do you think is going to happen with our third?
What are the dead leaves
We
kind of
have
like?
plants growing in the soil.
Crunchy.
What's going to happen
Well,
when
they're
we
crunchy
add water and make
that
it
you
rain
might
in
have
this
on
container?
some of your hills.
All right, here we go.
What are the dead leaves kind
Add
of
the
like?
water. About the same amount.
Kind of like plastic.
Just plain water.
Pouring the water in. What do you think's going to happen here? Add a little bit
Over
more.
here.
Hey, Michael, baton,
It's coming out.
garage.
We're going to stop pouring and see if we can compare what we see coming out. The water coming out of this container looks a whole lot cleaner than this one, and a little bit cleaner than this one. So the question is why? Why is this water cleaner? I poured about the same amount of water into each container of soil, but this one looks really clean. Well, to answer the question why, we have to zoom in and take a closer look at what's really going on. So now we're all
All right, we're going to get started. Okay. So we have two parents watching us right now. I don't know whose parents they are. It doesn't tell me. It just says two people are watching. So you can go home and ask tonight. So let's talk about how we're going to do this first. I said that you guys were going to be sitting on the floor watching. I'm going to be taking pictures and video with my iPad. This video that we're doing on the live stream right now will be on YouTube, and I'll give that link to Mrs. Podeschi. But also I'm going to make a little video that has sort of a picture of your group and a picture of your hill before and after, and a close-up picture of the water going down. And I'll put that on YouTube as well. That'll take me about a day to get ready. But if it's not your group's turn, I'm going to have my iPad projecting up here on the board. So you're not going to stand up and try to watch over the classroom and see or turn around. Your attention is going to be up here on the board. The only people who will be watching the hill, standing by the hill, are the people whose turn it is. So your group will come and you'll stand behind the hill. The first thing I'm going to do is take a picture of your group with the hill. So you'll all bunch together and we'll get a group shot of your group standing next to your hill. Then I'm going to take a picture of one of your plants. I'll choose the one that's kind of the neatest and easiest to see. I'll take a nice close-up picture of your plan, and then I'll take a nice close-up picture of your hill before we do anything to it. And then you're going to get out of the way a little bit because Mrs. H, remember, is going to be our pourer. She's going to come over with the water. So she's got to stand behind your hill, so you got to give her some room. She'll come over and she'll pour, again, 3 cylinders of water, and that's 3 times as much as you guys did last week during our test. She'll pour that at the top of your hill, and I will videotape on my iPad. I will record it happening on the iPad. Now I'm going to warn you guys, and you guys too, listen carefully, please. You are now my, were there 7 second grades last year?
Oh, 7 last year, yeah.
So you are now my 13th time doing this. And in 13 times of teaching this unit to second graders, only 1 time has a group saved all 3 houses? Most of the time, people either lose all of their houses or they save 1 house. Sometimes we get a group that saves 2, but only 1 time has a group saved all 3 houses. Does that mean that any of those groups did something wrong?
No.
No, because what do we say on the first day? What is my favorite thing about Project Lead the Way? What do I like the most?
That we make mistakes.
That you make mistakes, and that is how we learn. If this were real life, you could do this all year long. You would pour some water on the hill, you would watch that video, you would see what would happen, and if you lost some houses, you would get back together with your group and you'd say, okay, we need to change this, we need to make it better. What worked really well, what did work, even though the houses got lost, what we think was doing a good job, and what do we need to change, what didn't do what it was supposed to do, and then you would do it again. And maybe that second time it wouldn't work, you'd lose 1 or 2 houses or all 3 houses. You'd go back and do it again. People who make things, people who create things, don't just make them and stop. The best example is if you think about the iPhone. The very first iPhone came out, I think, about 10 years ago now, and it's very different from the iPhone that your mom or dad might have right now. The iPhone they have right now can do a lot of different things that it couldn't do back then. So we never stop working or changing. We're just stopping because we run out of time. But if this was a job, this is real life, you would keep working, you would keep making it better. When you buy a new car, the car that you buy this year is a little bit safer than the car you could have bought last year, and that car was a little bit safer than the car you could have bought the year before, because people are constantly trying to make things better. So when we're done, if someone loses 1 house, 2 houses, or 3 houses, we're going to applaud for them, because everyone in here did a good job of coming up with interesting plans. If we have time at the end of class, we'll go through them and we'll talk about, because Mrs. H and I have now seen this 13 times, so we kind of have a good idea of what works really well and what doesn't. But sometimes kids surprise us and they'll do something we didn't think about that works really well. So if we have some time, we'll talk about that at the end of class after we turn off our stream. Okay? Oh, we have 8 people watching now.
Oh, 8.
You guys are like superstars. Okay, so I think we're ready to start. You guys are live.
Hi. Hello.
All right, I'm not going to put you guys on camera very much. This is mostly just to go at the point at the hills. All right, so let's start with this group over here. So whoever was in the corner over here on the end, come and stand behind your tray, please. And you guys watch out. I'm going to pick this up. So this group right here, who is this? This group, come over, please. Everyone else should be on the floor. Is this your guys' group? All right, all 4 of you. All right, stand behind your hill. Let me get my camera going here. All right, scooch together, bunch together, shoulder to shoulder, and smile. All right, where are your plans? Whose plans are? Where are your guys' plans? This is one of yours? Is this yours? Someone in your group? Okay. You're supposed to have them all out. All right, make way for Mrs. H. Get a better view of this.
Wait, Mr. Funk, don't we have to put it on?
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Thank you.
Okay.
Again, you guys are watching the screen.
So everybody else, now it's going to come up. So go ahead and sit back on the floor so you're not crowding.
Mrs. H, you right? You guys can watch. You guys can watch here.
Yes, I
You
do.
right, Mrs.
Yeah,
H?
Yes.
your dad says hello.
Oh. My dad watches?
Uh-huh.
We got one, we got one, we got one.
They say
All right, good job. All right, so remember how we talked about.
And this was Arden's house and George's house, and that was my house. No, this is my house.
So remember how we talked about
We were having
in real life, if your house moved even a little bit, that would be bad. But for our experiment, as long as the house stays above the line, that counts as a success. Okay, that counts as saving a house. So they saved one house. Good job, boys. Go have seats. All right, this group, whose table is this? All right, girls, scooch together. Can you get in the back? No, no bunny ears, please. No bunny ears. Smile. Okay. And these are your guys' plans? Here. All right. Ready, Mrs. H? All right, make way for Mrs. H, please. Alright, good job. We saved one more house. Alright, let's go to the back corner over here. Well, you know, I should have been doing this earlier, but all right, so smile. Okay, Mrs. H, are you ready?
Okay.
Hold on, make sure I'm not blocking the shot.
Yeah, that's okay.
Go. All right. All right, who's over here?
Not yet.
Oh no, there's no failing. No one fails. All right, look at me. Giancarlo, look at me. Okay, Mrs. H.
Get back, Giancarlo.
I give this one for Mrs. H.
Excuse me, sweetheart.
No, it's fine. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right. Last group.
It's okay.
That's okay. I don't do that one. That is so unnice.
You guys go sit down, please.
We can't win. Here it goes. They have to see you too. I got it. You can take
Uh-oh. I know that last one in slow motion. Yeah, we'll see. Scoot together, guys. Hands down. Look over here, please.
Have a seat. Have a seat. We're not saying that anymore.
Look at me. No, look at me.
There's a picture.
They changed it. So
Yep,
we might not.
they're right over there.
All right, Mrs. H. We're ready for you.
Okay, friends, Mrs. H is to go in front of there. Thank you very much.
We can't see.
Go. All right, good job. All right, everybody say goodbye to Mom and Dad.
Bye.